Here's the floor we're going to overlay today. This floor has a very rough broom texture on it. We poured in January in the middle of winter and broom with a street broom. This floor will not require any type of primer. If your floor is hard trowel, you have a choice. You can either scuff the floor up, which is highly recommended, at least open up the pores and use a primer. We'll demonstrate the use of a primer even though this floor doesn't need it. This floor also has very open pores, meaning the overlay is self-leveling, so you'll notice some spots where the overlay actually goes into the slab because it's almost a holy slab. There's two ways around that. Number one would be power trowel. If you were to run a power trowel on this floor, it would seal up all the holes. But if you're doing a bathroom and the concrete's in very bad shape with open pores that the overlay can actually go in, you can put a scrub coat on, put a thin coat on, broom it in, broom it around, and then come immediately back with another coat. We'll demonstrate both techniques. You don't need a primer with this overlay if the concrete's roughed up. You have to get your concrete to what we call surface saturated dry condition. If you spray it one time and it absorbs the water, you have to spray it again until you can spray it and a little bit of water lays on top and it doesn't pool. What will happen is if you don't wet your concrete, it'll take the moisture out of the overlay and cause it to crack. So you need to wet it one time, probably a half hour before you pour. Give it all at once without puddling, and then I would wet it one more time just before you pour. That way you know that you're not pulling moisture out of the overlay. What we're going to demonstrate at this end of the slab is what you'll do if your concrete's in really bad shape. Your concrete's got terrible pits, it's got holes that are going to suck the overlay in. Wet the concrete down, and we're going to mix a very fluid overlay. We're going to take a broom, we're going to scrub it in, let it settle in the low spots. Within a half hour, we're going to come back with our 1/4 inch top coat to make everything look monolithic. So I said this will help with really problem floors with a whole lot of voids. If you were to hand do a bathroom, for instance, with a hole with a lot of pock marks and holes, you might get bubbles in the overlay. This will prevent that if you need to. When you mix it, it should turn out good and flowable. What I like to do is fill my edges in, then work back from there. trowel it with a regular trowel. We're going to use a trowel machine. These are combination blades. We'll crank up the angle just a little bit. We're going to use as a troweling aid our CLS densifier. The CLS densifier will do two things. Number one, it'll act as a troweling aid to allow your blades to spin freer. Number two, we're going to be polishing the slab and hardening and densifying the slab while we're troweling. We'll do this today, come back tomorrow with a buffing pad, and that's it. We've got a polished concrete slab. You could open it up tomorrow if you wanted to, and it'll still be white, but this is one method you can do to make it, give it a shine without doing that. Hours since we poured the overlay. We've troweled it, and right now it's probably about 2,000 psi. I would say in 3 hours, 4 hours, it's going to be 3,000 to 4,000. Wait till the next day and you can polish it. Polish it or stain it. You could stain it today and seal it if you wanted to do that. Or you could wait till tomorrow, polish it, and seal it. It's day 2. I can assure you I changed my undershirt even though I didn't change this one. What we did last night, left the overlay alone, and just to show you the finish we got. Now, I haven't run a trowel machine in about 15 years, but I did a fair job. I'm sure that someone who knows how to run a trowel machine can do a lot better than me. What we're going to do today, just for demonstration, is we're going to polish the overlay. This, we already started. You can see a clear line. This is polished a little bit. This isn't. We don't have a heavy-duty polishing machine. We have a floor buffer, and then we have these. They're called diamond brush systems. They're diamonds that are on a flexible blade. We use a floor buffer. Ours actually has a water feed to do it. Now, you make short work of this with a real polishing machine. We don't have it. Here, we're just going to use our diamond brush machine. We're just going to wash the slab off. You can see it's less than 24 hours old, and this is a 200 grit. And it's already taking the polish. And it's taking off the, I didn't have plastic blades either for my trowel machine, so I left some metallic residue behind. It's taking all that off. We'll hit it with, we're probably going to go up to 400 grit because we're going to use nano seal on this floor. Then after that we're going to seal it, and then we're going to buff the sealer out. Floor to a 200 grit. The reason we brought it to 200 is because we're going to seal with nano seal. When you use nano seal, you don't need more than 200 and it'll give you a gloss. A couple things you can't do with nano seal. You don't want to stick it on 3,000 grit. You don't need to go that high. 400 will work fine. And you also don't want to use a high-speed burnisher. And you also want to always dilute it before use. We're going to dilute both coats here 50%. The reason being, this concrete is very sound and it's non-absorptive. For more absorptive concrete, maybe 30%. And we're also going to show you a couple things that can go wrong. Here's a piece of the bucket. Unfortunately, we didn't know it, but our mixer was taking little chunks of the bucket out. So we ended up with some pieces of the bucket in the aggregate. Other than that, it came out good looking. We'll put the nano seal on, 2 coats, 50% dilution, and then we will let it sit overnight. Is better, maybe 6 hours. When it's warm out, it's going to dry. Then we'll run a low-speed burnisher on and get our shot. Do this. just 2 days ago that we poured our overlay. Yesterday we polished it and sealed it. Because our shop is having a class tomorrow, we had to put it back into service right away, and it won't hurt anything. We've got a good, durable, hard finish. We've already run forklifts on it, set loads on it, set tables on it, scratched it a little bit, but that's it, you're done. 2 days, we turn around our floor.